Is your team experiencing outages that you didn't see coming, waking you up in the middle of the night? Or maybe even chasing alerts to quickly understand that they're just false positives and not contextually relevant? It's a story old as time, and it's affecting and crushing SRE teams every single day. As an SRE team, we want to be able to focus on performance and giving our users the best experience possible, not ripping our hair out at 3 a.m. trying to understand why a service went down and a user can't log in. So what if there was a solution out there that allowed us to emulate real user traffic to be able to understand bottlenecks, performance issues, and even errors before users do? Well, there is, and it's called synthetic monitoring. Grafana Synthetic Monitoring, powered by K6, allows you to emulate real user traffic to understand issues in your applications across the globe before your customers do. Pretty sweet, right? So how do we get started with Grafana Synthetic Monitoring? Let's jump right in. Once logged into Grafana, if we take a look at the Synthetics tab, you'll see that we are given an overview of all the checks we are running across the globe. At the moment, we are running 3 different checks on 3 different API endpoints to verify expected behavior, latency, and uptime. This helps SRE teams ensure availability and how performant your applications are running across multiple regions. Now, to get started creating our very own check, you can either navigate to the Checks tab on the left-hand side under Synthetics or add a new check in the top right-hand corner. In the past, synthetic monitoring utilized tools like World Ping and the black box exporter for tests at the protocol level. This worked well for teams that were running health checks but didn't solve the full range of synthetic use cases. With that in mind, Grafana has now introduced multi-HTTP and scripted checks powered by K6 on top of existing methods such as HTTP, Ping, DNS, TCP, and traceroute. This gives you the power to be able to build out complex workflows your users take on an everyday basis. Let's now take a look at a check we have created for one of our endpoints. As SREs, one of the most crucial metrics is uptime. By simply utilizing a scripted check, we can give ourselves peace of mind that this won't come back to bite us at 3 a.m. To edit a check, what we can do is go in the bottom right-hand corner and click Edit Check. The first thing we'll define is the job and instance, along with any labels we want to funnel through our logs and metrics. Next, we can define our probe locations to emulate traffic from all different regions across the globe, along with the frequency of our check and max execution time. We then define our script using K6, which makes a few basic assertions to verify proper functionality for our users. In this case, I'm just checking if the status is 200, we have 4 products, and if they include a price. Finally, we tell Grafana what our sensitivity of this check is, which causes predefined alert rules to trigger and notify your teams based on thresholds. By then viewing our dashboard for this check, we can start to understand the performance such as uptime, what probes we're seeing the most latency from, and whether our assertions are passing to validate user behavior. We can see in this case that Seoul and North California is generating the most latency from my specific probe. Not only can I filter for the specific region, but I can also see the overall uptime, reachability, and assertions made on my check. If I were to ensure that my application is running like a Ferrari, I'd want to look into spikes cross-region over time to then correlate with other parts of my infrastructure to guarantee optimal performance. Now let's zoom out. Modern apps are made up of numerous microservices and dependencies. On top of this, users access your apps and services from various methods and various device types. This adds a level of complexity that is very hard to test for sometimes and can expose you to a lot of risk. With that in mind, synthetic monitoring does have some shortcomings, such as the fact that we're not going to be able to test every single user workflow in our application, especially the more complex it is. What that means is you have an opportunity to use synthetic monitoring paired with a lot of Grafana's other functionality such as front-end monitoring and infrastructure-level dashboards, especially Kubernetes monitoring, to be able to get the full picture of your environment and understand what is going on. So thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us today. I recommend you go and give synthetic monitoring a test because you're going to find that it is a great addition to your toolkit and it's going to save you a lot of headaches and give you peace of mind. Take care, everyone.